Gather round, everybody. It's the Wurthy of Oz podcast.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Wurthy of Oz podcast. We have finally made it. We got the studio all set up.
Looks good in here.
It does, doesn't it? Appreciate it. So me and the homie Derek here. This is the owner of Witch Doctor, official Dr. Derek, the OG, one of the beginning partners.
That's right.
We'll get into that in a second, but yeah, basically the main reason that I'm here, finally with a studio that I'm able to do my podcast, and so I just wanted to have him as my first guest.
Podcast and so much more.
Absolutely. No,
We'll tap into that.
We'll tap into that as well. But yeah, we just so stoked to be here, and without further ado, we'll go ahead and get right into it. So how did Witch Doctor begin? Where did Witch Doctor come from?
You said you weren't going to hit me with any loaded questions out the gate.
Yeah, right. Hey, I even have them hidden to where you can't see.
Yeah, I mean, we've been around for
ready.
10 years, but I guess the whole effort which led to it was about 12 years ago. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your official 10 years,
10
though.
years,
Yeah,
10
dude.
years, both of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Worthy wears 10 years as well this year. You know, let's give us a little. There we go.
Those stars always aligned. It's just a matter of time, you know?
Absolutely.
Brought us together.
It's funny how we didn't actually bring it all together until the right
We're
time.
still bringing it together, man. I mean, we haven't even been a team for, you're coming up on a year, our anniversary.
I know, right? Since we met, and then
that would be our anniversary. I'd say would be more like November, December.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Even then, even after that. When did you move in?
At the beginning of the year, because I remember I didn't go anywhere for New Year's. I stayed here and set up the studio
that's right.
instead.
Yeah.
And
someone got a little nervous about traveling internationally to different parts of the world where, you know, if you get hooked on something, they take a blood test and
man, that was an interesting thing to process, going to a country that is so against cannabis that you might actually get in trouble just for carrying it in your body, like in your urine.
But this came from the States.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like no matter if you ingested it where it was legal or not, you're still considered smuggling in some countries.
That's blood smuggling.
And it was funny. It was kind of ironic because at the same time I'm moving into a studio with the Witch Doctor. And so I'm like, how can this? I would much rather move into my studio. That feels a lot better. So that's what I did.
Yeah, and that you did.
And
moved around a little bit.
Here we are. Yeah, keep shuffling, you know. Every day I'm shuffling.
Every day.
So yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah, so I was hustling pipes, and then along the lines of what you do here, just hand making t-shirts. Mine were all cannabis inspired.
Okay.
So everybody loved them. The number one question always is, yo, you got glass? Where's the pipes?
Right.
So me and PC, that's where we guys we
rest in peace, PC.
Rest in peace, my brother. Miss you every day. But so I got a case from pipes from him eventually after twisting his arm, which is easy. He was so small. But I got some pipes, and man, they sold everywhere I went. They were gone.
Dang.
Full case, empty case, So then we started doing 2 cases, and eventually, driving around all the time.
Right.
It's like, man, there's got to be a better way.
Well, and this was 10 plus years ago when it wasn't quite as easy.
Oh, we just
to get
pull
a
up.
nice pipe.
Yeah, for sure. And we'd pull up on college campuses anywhere, dude. You had about 2 hours always without any interference. Just show up.
You just set up guerrilla style like that?
Oh, yeah. Walk right up to people, man. Just start talking to them. Yo, you smoke weed?
What?
I didn't like to infringe on people. I don't like bothering people and stuff, but I was a man on a mission at the time and just had to do it. So most people would be met with like, wait, what, huh? What? No,
right.
Me, no. Like, no, man. Like, I got something for you if you do.
That's interesting. That's, I don't know if I've heard of anybody doing it that guerrilla. Like,
anywhere and everywhere, man.
Because, I'm a deadhead, as you know, we set up in parking lots because there's going to be a concert. There's going to be,
which we did occasionally too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For sure.
Yeah. But
that every day, we would just drive out. And it could be a Tuesday. Hey, let's go hit up UMass.
That's interesting.
And I had two characters with me that were perfect for the script, and Joey D and Nikki Avlis, man. I mean, two Italians from Gloucester, buddy. They're very they don't blend. We stood out quick, so we were recognizable, and they're very likable. So, but characters for sure, all three of us, like the Three Stooges. So had a ton of fun and just got after it, man.
Dude, I don't think that I realized like how gritty you did it back then.
That's all I had,
you know,
man.
because you always you speak of it so humbly, if you will.
Oh yeah,
if that's even a word.
It was a humbly experience for sure. Especially like I left corporate. That wasn't for me. My dad encouraged me to do something I liked. He's like, what do you like to do? Like, do that, man. Like, do what you like. You don't want to work your whole life.
So obviously, without even questioning, you're an entrepreneur. Period. There's.
I mean, some say that. I'm not really too fond of that word.
No, why not?
No, I mean, based on how the government would classify me, I'm what do they say?
You know, that's funny. I want to. You know what? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Self-employed. I'm self-employed.
Okay, there you go. Okay, because it's funny. I've got it written right here. I'm going to ask you.
And because I don't really see myself too far beyond witch doctor. You know what I mean? That's what I love. It's what I want to continue to grow and develop. We got a great family and team here doing it. So just try and keep that ball rolling. I think like entrepreneurs are more like they might start something and then they kind of manage it, get someone managing it, and then go off and on. I think entrepreneurs, I think of like Gary Vee and like Grant Cardone. People always trying to like really
adapt, adapt, overcome,
and keep moving and keep doing other things. So
you're officially a business owner at this point.
Yeah, I'm self-employed. Man.
Yeah.
I'm married to the business. I'm in it, dude. It's what I do.
Well, I guess you already answered the question in the part. I was going to ask, what is your definition of an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the person that gets up and makes up whatever hustle they want to do that day.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I'm a big fan of. As you know, I come in, I don't have a plan necessarily when I come in here every day.
How you feeling, dude?
It's like, am I going to make clothes? Am I going to just throw paint at a wall? Am I going to, I enjoy the
That's a little different than a lot of people because a lot of people don't have the talents that you do. You know what I mean? Like you're multifaceted. You can really do whatever you want. I mean, from the painting, digital art, the puff, printing. Check it out. Just got a fresh one today.
Ooh, we got that Hashletic department. Check them out, though. I mean, we've got so many Hashletic department designs coming out. This is our new branch that
he says we. We really just are the vehicle to sell them and kind of plug and play. This is you.
Well, yeah. But I mean,
talking about humbly.
We're all just vessels, man. We're all vessels.
Humbly is my new word of the day.
Humbly.
Humbly.
But now, I think that, the spirit of, let's just go with self-employment for the rest of it. The spirit of self-employment is something that I thoroughly enjoy so much. It's actually the reason I want to do this podcast for the Wurthy of Oz. Of course, it's about art and all of that, but really, talking to fellow creators, artists, glass blowers, business owners, anybody that gets up and does it on their own every day, rather than an instruction manual or whatever.
You're going to work for somebody where it's just it's not to say that that's easy because that's a fucking grind.
Or
it's hardships with both.
Even if that's not saying that that's bad or anything, I'm just saying I do find interesting the people that get up and do it on their own.
Sure, yeah. And that's what you relate most to, doing it every
absolutely.
day.
You know me. I now have a new challenge, which I call the Engelman Challenge, which is to try to outperform Kevin Engelman.
Let's use him. Yeah, Kevin Engelman's the benchmark. Let's just try and compete.
Oh, dude, Kevin Engelman. Shout out Kevin Engelman, Engelman Glass. That's who makes all of the birch pipes at the Witch Doctor.
You got one kicking over there, a little collab between him and Shane.
Yeah, we can.
I know I forgot.
We got a little collab between.
Yeah,
we didn't bring any glass, did we? It's all right. We'll get it on the next one.
That's one plus about being an entrepreneur. I'm not getting in trouble.
Right. We won't be fired today.
Not today.
But yeah, this is a collab between Treso Queso and Kevin Engelman. Engelman does the birch, and Treso does all the fume work.
Those are nice little Sherlocks, little pocket locks there.
I love that.
The,
I'll just leave it there.
They're putting out some fire too for this coming October.
Ooh, those orange
you
jack-o'-lantern chillums though.
That's the Pumpkin King right
Ooh,
there,
my
man. The
God.
Pumpkin Jacks. Look
The way
out.
the way that Meg sandblasted them too. Shout out Megalodon.
Yeah, May is a beast.
Dude, she is insane with
just
the
adds value
sandblasting.
to every single thing she touches.
Megalodon,
Sandblasting, yeah.
Yeah. She's
Deep
the
carving, light carving, decorative carving.
Yeah,
any kind of carving.
She does all the sandblasting for the witch doctor.
She got more sand than the beach.
And man, like I was just actually, you know what? I was just talking to her about self-employment and the drive that makes us do it earlier. And
yeah, I mean, she's pretty much self-employed. I mean, it's a team here.
I was just
under Witch Doctor, but we
all are.
It's all dependent on your performance and
absolutely. I mean, I'm not employed by Witch Doctor, but yeah, like everybody, I refuse. But no, everybody here gets up, is here on their own accord. You can tell, even though people that work at the shop that aren't glassblower or sandblasting. Everybody here is they are part of this team, and I think that's
sure.
Really cool.
They want to be here.
And but yeah, I was talking to her about it this morning. You know, saying you've got to understand how, like, because I was saying how I'm stoked for her. I'm proud of her as a human being for the fact that, man, I never beat her to work.
Right.
I mean, granted, I'm always going.
I got here just after 7 this morning. I'm feeling good. Then her truck's here. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm coming in too late.
I'm telling you, she's a beast, dude. And I told her, I was like, I just want you to know how special that quality is. You know, that not everybody has this thing inside them that just makes them get up and go. Like, you don't sit around thinking.
What makes you tick?
You don't think, lay around thinking about it, how it's gonna suck, or you don't feel like doing it. No. That's not about that. It's about getting it done.
And even on those days when you know it's going to suck, you just still got to do it.
Got to do it.
Man, this is going to suck.
And she's a beast, just like Engelman. Engelman, though, he's on that early to where, like,
that 4:35 a.m.
Today I was in the zone. I got up at 3:45, baby.
What time did you get to Lifetime?
I was at the gym at 5.
5 a.m.
Or no, I left the house at 5.
Then you got that early start. You earned that
I was
bagel.
There at 5:30. Oh yeah, I earned that bagel. You like that?
Yeah. You're so happy.
Oh man, Bagel World.
Bagels make me happy.
Shout out Bagel World. If you ever want to sponsor an episode of this podcast, I am stoked for that. Now that bagel was hitting this morning. Let me tell you. Whew. Sorry, don't let me get lost in bagel thoughts.
The bagels.
So let me ask you this, because I very much admire Witch Doctor as a whole, as a business. I think that it's epic, like what you guys have done up until this point, and like, so I just want to know, you being the main owner at this point, because again, rest in peace, PC, and all of that. You're the main guy. What is your routine like? Like, what is a day in the life of Derek? What makes you be able to handle the insane workload that I see you go through?
Two kids.
That as well, yeah.
That helps it as far as furthers that drive. You know what I mean? And you wake up, you see them. My son's pulling me out of bed early. He gets up, Christ, before Kev every day almost. So.
My kid sleeps till 9.
Yeah, you got it made in the shade. That's but yeah. So looking at them and stuff, and there's really no time to you got to maximize the time. If I'm going to spend time away from them, I like to try and maximize what I'm actually putting my efforts into. And it's been for me. It's like not a control thing, but more so just learning how to better manage and delegate and be hands off. So I like to be hands on. And like me and Reese yesterday, for example, Rubes has been out, so I've been working the shop, just redoing that whole shop. But dude, I love doing that merchandising stuff,
right?
And changing things around. I mean, you got a lot of inventory in there right now, a lot of amazing pieces. Eric was in there yesterday, or Nick, sorry, he was one of a good customer of ours, good patient for years now, and he complimented and said, "Man, there's a ton ton of craft glass in here, man. I haven't seen this much in here like ever. So
No, it feels good to put breath into it, you know, and
for sure, and I'm a big component like energy.
yeah.
I'm huge into that, and I it's one reason why we don't import. There's many,
Right.
but one of them is the intent behind it, who's making it, and why. And that energy, man, is transferred into that piece. Every time you pick that up, examine it, show that piece love, clean it off, put a new fresh sticker on the thing, adjust where it is in the shop, relocate it and stuff. I mean, that there's been so many times truly over the years where like you might have had a piece for a year.
Mm-hmm.
You pick that thing up,
Just
give it a good
you touched
polish
it.
and stuff, dude,
Yeah.
and literally it'll sell that day.
Dude,
It's crazy. It's real though.
I see it vending, you know, because I've vended so much in my career.
This man
that-
vends so much he vends in his sleep, literally.
I'm telling you, I'm a vending machine. But I see it vending so much that if somebody comes through the booth, and I'm sure you've seen this, they come through the booth, they see something, they really like it, and so they touch it, they really admire it, whatever, you know, they just give it some time and some, you know, some attention, but they don't get it, and so they walk away. The next person gets that one.
Right there,
Gone.
yeah.
Over.
It's a beautiful thing.
I mean, it's happened so many times that you can't deny it anymore, that it's like energy is real. I mean, it's real. And you know, I'm a firm believer that we are like a giant magnet. And so whatever you think or say, is that's exactly what you're creating, you know?
Yeah,
and,
the manifestations.
Absolutely.
And the putting energy, putting good energy out and, trying to do the best you can, all that, but really putting that positivity out there. Not necessarily that you're going to get that back directly, but it's just the more positive energy in the universe. Dude.
Because
There's more
it needs
go
to
around.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, my homie actually taught me something about that. It's called moral desert. And so basically moral desert is like doing good deeds so it'll come back, giving out money so you can get money back, you know, picking whatever, you know what I mean? But instead you need to do good deeds because they need to be done.
100%, yeah.
You feed the person because they need food. You give them
Right.
money because they just needed it. You don't get it on film. You know, you don't
doing
video
something
it.
with the intention of receiving in a return is
is
and I'm sure it happens at times, but it's just
Absolutely.
in general. That's
moral dessert. he
moral
calls it.
dessert.
Yeah, Andrew actually taught me that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he's a proponent of that. That's what he practices.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, when he taught me that, remember when our recycling bin out back dumped over
Oh yeah,
and it stunk so bad?
that was real nasty.
So
That had been like just marinating for
it
some
was
time.
it was in the summer. It was in the peak of it. Let me tell you. You walk around the corner and you knew our trash dumped over. And so on our
I
way
could smell it from the shop.
out, we were like, we can't just leave this. You know, like this is here. We have to do this. And so we were doing it. And he was like, are you familiar? And he just brought it up. He's like,
Yeah.
you familiar with moral desert? And I was like, no. And he explained that whole thing to me. He's like, you know, you do these things not because, you know, it's you're hoping to get the karma back, the karmatic return or whatever, but you do these things because they need to be done.
Right.
This is the reason that, you know, we have to pick this up before we leave. There's no choice. We have to do this. You know, it stinks. We have no gloves.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that.
Well,
'Cause
I mean,
you stumbled across that mess before I did.
Oh,
I
it
just
was
saw
rough.
the aftermath.
Oh, it was rough. But no, that definitely stuck with me. You know, moral desert. Can't
2 scoops.
you can't you got to do things just because they need done, you know? So, let me ask you this. Do you have any advice for fellow glass shop owners what to or not to do?
I mean, the list of what not to do far exceeds the list of what to do, man. If I had like physical scars that you could see and touch, man, my body would be covered from the mistakes we've made.
What's one of your worst glass shop owner lessons?
Like one of the decisions I made that,
Yeah, just like.
Well, I mean, like here's a good example. We did, we got a strong ambition to incorporate soft glass, right? So as far as the decision-making process, sometimes that process gets clouded,
Mm.
which can be a good thing. You know what I mean? Because rationale and judgment, that's no way to really, you want to be rational about things. Like, I never would have opened the shop.
To a point, for sure.
You know, everyone's like, and everybody I told about that shop and doing that was like, dude, you're great. Like, that's not what,
Right.
like, why'd you do that? Like,
Yeah.
that's not going to work. You know, so there's a point where it does get cloudy, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? You really have that drive to do things, but as far as like sometimes just with decision making in general, was that ambition and the desire to do that. We came across through a good friend, came across a really great price on an amazing soft glass setup. You know,
Mhm.
so although it's a great price, it's still a huge chunk of change, especially for us. You know, always trying to grow things and get more inventory.
Yeah.
So, so spent a considerable amount of money on that. That was last December. You know, so
Right.
fastly approaching a year. You know, that short, good price came with a price, which was brand new electrical system and all that stuff. That's why
Right.
it's sitting there stagnant, because you
Our
know,
building's just not ready.
it's just not ready. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I would say like that at times, just decision making, and then also trying to, you know, some shops, and everybody's different, and that's the beauty of this country. Shop owner, it's your shop. You do what
Yeah.
you want, you know. But I'm always for, you know, kicking deals, making people feel better leaving the shop than walking in. And early on, we got a lot of momentum and support because of that. Like, you come in, kick an unreal deal, you leave, like literally the next day, your friends come in. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It was annoying for a lot of people that worked with me, because people would come in and they'd say, "Oh, Derek's not here," you know?
Right. Yeah.
And then they'd say, "Oh, I'll come back when Derek's here,"
Right.
you know. So,
Well,
but I'm a fan. I like to make people feel good. That's like satisfying to me, to have people be happy,
yeah.
and especially when it's, you know, that's what Witch Doctor is really all about, man. You know.
So because I've had countless. I mean, I've moved some of my somewhat. I don't want to call them bad decisions. It's just decisions that haven't profited yet.
Yeah.
But like the screen printing setup, haven't fully gotten that as operational as I would like. Things like that. The interesting thing that I find about a business owner to business owner is, in this whole thing is, like you said, if you don't take these shots, how do you ever grow? Where do you ever, like, how do you make the next level of glass shop like a Witch Doctor that has live glass blowing in the shop to show you the process of the things that you're looking at on the count, in the cases and all that? That's next level. But that's not every day, and that wasn't, like you said, it wasn't a small goal, to where I'm sure that you caught some resistance from friends and family. But,
And those are people that love and support you, and that's not
right.
something to bring you down. They just
No,
don't
not
want
at
to
all.
see
But it's
see you stumble and fall. You know.
right. And I'm saying, what I find so interesting is how we set our sights, and it
You
doesn't
just
matter.
Go for it. Yeah.
One of my favorite motivational speakers that I listen to, his name's Les Brown, and one of his like biggest quotes is, it's a lot better to fail, or to aim high and fail, than to aim low and hit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I
And
like that. It's very true.
so I definitely admire that in you, to where and in Witch Doctor, to where I'm stoked to go along with you, because I know it will forever keep going.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
so if
Well, that's the goal for sure. I like the old establishments, dude. Like, I'm talking like, you see business like established 1953, dude. Like, one of my
Totally.
favorite
Yeah.
spots in the world on earth is Roymore Lobster up in Rockport, man. Such a unique little. I mean, it's like kind of like a hole in the wall.
Okay.
But they've been around for like 103, 104 years, man. And my
Damn.
good friend Kenny Porter, he's amazing, and so many amazing people have helped me along the way.
Mhm.
And like with Local 420, that's what I was doing prior to Witch Doctor. That's what it kind of
The T-shirt
became.
brand and all
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
But they would like. This is an example of kind people that help. Is every year for 3 years you're doing like 420 parties.
Okay.
So to go do the drop of the T-shirts, kick it and stuff. It was amazing. Real good turnout. A lot of fun. But they had an amazing spot right in Rockport over their restaurant. 3-bedroom apartment, balcony that overlooked like big deck balcony that overlooked Sandy Bay and Rockport right under the harbor.
Yeah.
And
Rockport's sick.
wouldn't charge me a dime, dude. Would not take money from me. Wouldn't accept it. They catered the thing, you know, all sorts of delicious food, man. But that's just the example of good people. But that's the owner of Roy Moore. So
Okay.
just the fact that business has been around for so long, dude. Like I absolutely I love that, and that's
Right.
what I'm trying to do here. And we got the team to do it, and slowly trying to patience is another thing.
Yeah.
Got to be patient
Yeah.
as fuck. Dude.
Put your head down
You
and
know?
just do one more day.
Yeah,
towards
it's
the
just, I mean,
goal,
there's
you
years
know?
too where it's like,
Mm.
man, we did better the last 2 years than we did this year. Like,
Right.
but you know what, you got to really think like, like what did we actually accomplish this year? Like, what did we do? How did we actually grow? Fuck the revenue and the profit margin, all that stuff. Like, how did you grow? How did you become
Absolutely.
a better version of yourself?
Because you planted seeds within the business, all kinds that have changed, and also the world is feeling ripples right now. It is readjusting to. I'm not gonna get into it all, but you know, it's readjusting right now, economically, you know, because
And
of
it's
all
a lot of people are struggling, man. You know.
Oh, it's insane.
Sometimes people get it twisted walking in that shop because it does look like put together. We got an enormous collection right now and glass offerings, but it's like, man, like people think you're rolling in it. They want to count your cash, dude. It's like, bro, if you only fucking knew.
No, this is
struggle.
a constant work. This is what this is.
It's day to day.
It's like you said, you have to refresh the shop, and it changes everything, and it brings new energy, and it
yesterday
really does.
was popping,
man.
Dude. My
it
goodness.
worked. Shoot.
It was like back in the day style, dude.
He couldn't even come in. We were supposed to do this yesterday.
Yeah,
he couldn't even make it.
Day.
Yeah, I love that. I was like,
it was
sweet.
amazing.
You know, what are you gonna say to that?
Good and bad, but the good thing is it's friggin' been busy nonstop.
Crushing it.
Big ticket items going out, little stuff, people happy.
Nice.
It was amazing.
Clothing is moving, I'm hoping.
Clothing's been moving great, man. People are loving it. We're
Like
shipping stuff, people coming in for things.
Sweet. Hashletic department is doing well.
Hashletic department's doing good. I mean, all these things like the Pac-Man, like
the bags are doing. Oh
bags.
yeah,
People crush the bags, dude. They love those. And I'm not like me personally. That's not a bag for me, but it doesn't matter because that's a bag for many.
The steez right now.
People are starting to grab other colors.
Oh yeah.
Now you got to get a purple one.
Well, and you can. I know. I gotta
get
work
one
on
for
that.
Money Mike.
You can fit a Puffco case, both of them. You can fit a normal Puffco case and a Puffco proxy, or excuse me, a Puffco proxy case.
And a QP.
And people don't know this, but you can hide your weed in there. But yeah, the bags are awesome. But yeah, we've got so much stuff coming out that
the potential is great.
Look out for the Hashletic department. We're finna take over. It's I have so many designs that even you haven't seen, but let alone the world.
And they just keep developing the more you think of it.
It's insane. It's insane. I'm like, oop, there's one. And you know what I mean? As soon as I think of it, it's dope.
Yeah, I heard since this whole Hashletic department thing came onto the scene that you've been watching ESPN nonstop at your house.
Nope.
As you said, you got ESPN 1, 2, 3, and 4 on.
No, I only watch ESPN 8, the Ocho. Home of the obscure sports. But so what do we got coming up in the next few months for Witch Doctor?
It's pretty loaded, which I like. You know, I'm charged on it. So we got down up front and center is going to be the Snodgrass Family Glass. So that's going down
out
September
Bob Snodgrass.
17th. So hopefully we'll get him on your show too.
September 17th, he said. I didn't mean to interrupt. I couldn't help it.
Yeah. So it's on to the Snodgrass family. It's his 51st year as a pipe maker. Most iconic there is, in my opinion. Super excited to have his family here. It's best number one show, period, that we can host in my heart.
Oh, dude, he's the legend.
Yeah, a lot of what we do, he's been paving that road long time, man, making it a lot easier for us to walk, ride, whatever. But yeah, so they're here, man. So
nice, and he's bringing the whole fam.
They'll be here for a week. His daughter Ginny, she's amazing. Her husband John, Marie, that's Bob's wife, and then Ryder is the youngest.
Nice.
And, he's coming to town. So yeah, pumped to have them. And then following them, we're just diving right into October. So
Nice. Yeah.
best thing about that is the way the calendar falls. So you got 5 full weekends. So it's 10 days of ending plus Columbus Day and Halloween's on a Monday. So we got a dozen days.
We're about to be so. If you've been sleeping under a rock,
if you don't know about October,
so Witch Doctor
so much I can do.
and this studio is based in Salem, Massachusetts, home of the Halloween everything. You know, every Halloween movie, Hocus Pocus, name it. You know, it's
all because of the witch trials.
And yeah, absolutely. And
it's crazy how many people from all over, man. And talk
dude,
about energy
all year.
That event, that whole month is just charged. Man.
It's interesting.
And freaks don't just come out at night, man. Let me tell you,
it is definitely. So I'll say this town, this city, whatever you want to call it, is packed pretty much year round.
Gills.
But during October, there's not a place to. You got to stand in line to get a bottle of water. It's insane. Like let alone find a place to park. It's insane. The whole city, and I'm very
excited.
excited.
For the picking, man.
Oh, I am so stoked to have my studio in Salem, Massachusetts this year.
So we do an annual. Our studio makes an annual pumpkin patch, we call it. So just deck out a ton of handmade pipes. We make them start to finish,
nice.
All single source. We like that.
With
and
Meg doing all the sandblasting.
Meg does all the sandblasting. Kevin, Shane doing the pipes, the flame polishing, all that. So
okay.
They make this year too. It's every year it gets better and better, which is great as far as the designs you're doing and the work that you're putting out, the craftsmanship involved. You know, level of creativity. It's always enhancing. So it's a great thing to do, and people truly love it. You know. What I mean?
It's insane how many pumpkins.
It's so cool where you can hand make something that's going to further the experience.
Oh yeah.
For the end user, you know, and better it, and people get a lot of joy out of picking those pipes out and using them.
Yeah, I make the Salem. It's like blood splatter, and it just says Salem in it, and it has all the horror movie characters down the sleeves.
Oh, right.
That's my number one seller, and I do. I don't know if I want to talk about everything that I do yet. I'll talk about that more after October.
You do.
I got some new ones that
you do.
Yeah,
you don't want to spoil the fun.
No, yeah, I've got some really good ones this year. But so where do you see the Witch Doctor in 5 years?
So 5 years, I mean, that's a beautiful little staple up there that we've, the time, the money that we've put in. That's the biggest thing. People are like, dude, you're gonna move. What
Right.
after doing this? But we're gonna be down here in this location on the compound, man. Build the sweetest little compound. Back to all those mistakes, you learn some things,
right?
And the ideal setup and to construct that and see that through is gonna be that's gonna be very special when we get that thing done. So that's short term, 2 to 3 years. That thing we are open.
Nice.
64 Ward Street, baby.
So that's where this building is right now.
Right here.
This is all going to be leveled. And then a shiny new Witch Doctor.
I don't know if it's going to be shiny, man. That's what I envision is something that looks mean and it's been here for 300 years, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Big, too,
I really want to see. I want a rough draft of what you
I wish
see.
I could take what I envision in my head and just... But I got to draw it out,
Why can't you?
No, I need to draw it out. I'm saying I wish I could just take that snapshot, though, and then just download it to your computer so you can see it.
Soon enough, man. Elon's got you. You can
Definitely,
get the, what's it
They're
called?
coming.
The Neuralink.
Neuralinks.
You can just think of stuff and then.
That's scary, though, because a lot of times things that I'm thinking, I don't want those things displayed
you put your brain on printer mode, so every printer you walk by it just starts printing snapshots. It's just like, no, stop! I forgot. Oh man,
that'd be fucked up.
Your brain. I don't want to see it. No. Nope.
Out would go the what is that machine? When they're trying to see if you're telling the truth or not. Polygraph.
Polygraph. There you go.
Polygraphs are out.
Yeah. Right. Oh man, yeah. I don't want to see your brain.
No.
Nobody needs to see that.
Too many concussions and beverages over the years. Way too many.
So let me see. What else do I have here?
He's looking at a list. Look out. Lists are good.
We've pretty much gone. So what is let me ask you this. What is one of your favorite things about the glass industry?
About the glass industry, I love just handmade anything.
Yeah.
And like one of the coolest aspects for me is, especially now with what we do with the wholesale and distribution, is it really opened the doors a little bit to just further explore. So it's like every pipe maker, take you for example, you get up every day, you have a family, you go out, you hustle, dude. Like everybody has their own story, dude. Everybody wakes up. So you
true.
say, hey, take a walk in my shoes, whatever. Never judge people because everybody's living differently, living with different challenges and stuff. You know that life's not easy.
It's
But getting up and doing it, man, and being able to put on that such a spread, which is it's vast in its variety. You know, I mean, it's composed of well over 1,000 pipe makers. Thousands like the easy number because it's beyond that, but I'm not going to count every single one. But yeah, to be able to support them, and them also supporting us, their glass. But yeah, to bring the amount of glass you do from all regions here to Salem, and then to like kind of see that go off with an end user, or someone comes in at retail and walks away with something. It's like, man, like I first started sourcing those like 2 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that relationship's built, and it's cool to see their art progress. You know, Evan Cowles is, I would say, the best example of it, where he's a local cat introduced to us through Engelman. We bought from him a couple of years ago. He was putting out like clear recyclers that were dope,
right.
but clear recyclers, primitive, you know, slides, $40 slides, you know,
Yeah.
and now he's pumping out like $1,000 rigs, and I'd tell you, like, pound for pound, those some of the best value that you're gonna get as far as the colors he's using, how clean they are, their function, and how they look, man, visually. I mean, he just puts out beautiful work, and it's all been off of his dedication to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you can tell. You can say all you want. Some people
Right.
are, you know, a little slower than others with picking anything up. You
Well,
know, but
it's a
that
process,
dude
for
works.
sure.
He works. He puts his head down, rolls up his sleeves, and he does it, dude. And there's a lot of people out there who want to talk a big game, but you can tell it's apparent in the work that you
Right.
put out, like how hard you're working.
Hey, I'm not, I tell all my homies, like, hey, if I'm going to tell you the truth, you ask me what I think of your art or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's not because of ego or any of that. It's because I'm aware of the process that it takes to make a painting. You know what I mean?
Some people that I love it.
Yeah.
Come in here and critique me, dude. Tell me what I'm doing
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh, I don't mind it
I
at
know
all.
what I'm doing right. What
I
am
don't
I
mind
doing
it.
wrong? But some people they can't handle it, man. They don't like it.
Like
dude.
when I send you designs, you do not hold back. You're like, nah, change this, do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I appreciate that because as an artist, you can't be right all the time. You can't,
No.
like, there's got to be, you can't see as everything being perfect because we're already our own worst critics. But it is a humbling experience.
Humbly.
Experience. When somebody does have something to say when you expect them to only have good. And,
I think that's one of the coolest aspects of art.
Oh, me too.
You know, because everybody is different, man. They think different, want different things, appreciate different things. So,
and I mean,
that's one of the coolest things about pipes is like depending on who made that pipe,
yeah,
determines a lot with the price. You know,
absolutely. Oh,
and
yeah.
sometimes you look at something and someone's like, "Oh, like, what do you think of this?" I'm like, "Dude, honestly, that could be $100 or that could be $10,000, man." Like,
right. It really depends who made it.
Yeah, whose hands
and maybe
made that
even
piece.
when they made it.
Exactly.
You know.
How many did they make? But
right.
yeah, that's the coolest thing though. Art's you bring up a great point because you're gonna like. There's a lot of people that aren't gonna like what you do. You know what
Absolutely, and there's people that have to do it better or what. And when a homie shows me something that it just ain't, it's just not there yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll be like, bruh,
just keep working,
keep going. It ain't there yet. You got it though.
Even working the shop the other day, these two ladies came in, real nice, from New York, and they were with their mother.
Okay.
And their mother wanted to see the live glass blown, but she must have been a little like pretty old, you know.
Yeah.
And so the girls came in, and I was talking to them, and it was a good interaction and stuff. Like, yeah, like probably not the scene for my mom, you know what I mean. And so as they're about to leave, one of them takes a call. She's like, "Oh no!" She's like, "We're just in a smoke shop." as they're leaving. And in my heart, I was like, oh, man. I go,
Yeah.
smoke shop? I'm like, dude, smoke shop's down the street, dude.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
this is much, much further than that. But, dude, to many people, that's what it is, man.
Well, and that's what I love about the Witch Doctor in particular is it really is about the art of it all. You know, it's a glass gallery. It really is. You know, I happen to have the blessing to be able to put clothing into it, but it's a glass
and
gallery.
seeing that
you know?
process is dope with that studio.
It really solidifies in your mind that like these things are not, because let's say that you've never ever witnessed the glass blowing industry whatsoever, then you might think that they're like factory made, you know, you know, you might think like maybe there are robots out there that can make these things,
or imports where you have
Well,
people
yeah.
kind of not against their will, maybe in some instances, but
Who
and a lot of
knows?
like
I mean,
importers too, man.
at least this way, you know,
Not
but,
knocking China or anything. I mean, a lot of these glass blowing studios that have been over there and existed for a while. I mean, you could eat off those floors.
no, it's
they're
insane.
they're in better conditions, working conditions than
Yeah.
what a lot of
and they're
pipe makers
and
here
then-
are working with.
and
You
if
know,
and they're learning quick too about
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds of
and it's generational now, from what I hear.
I mean, what happened with, you know, I won't drop any company names, but you know, there's been all kinds of companies that were busted out for making or having mass produced glass
Oh
over there,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and-
Then labeling it and say
Yeah.
made in the United. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
and
that's a rough one because it's, and again, you have that, you can do that. I
Right.
think it's technically illegal, but in general, it's like, man, if you're gonna import, like import.
yeah,
There's no shame. People like that
Yeah.
cheap affordability and
Call
the
it what it
quality
is.
that's going out, but it's like, man, you can, but what a shitty look, dude. To just say, oh, yeah. And dude, we could do it all day and night, dude, and
Right.
probably nobody would know. You just
But-
have Meg Sandblast and RX on all of them. Oh yeah, we made
yeah,
these.
totally. I mean, and
But it's just
that's capitalism for you. I mean, in a sense, it you know, you just have to overlook the artistry of it all. But on the other side of it, Witch Doctor is all American made, and like you said, your wholesale, like that's where, like what you were talking about, how you know, each pipe is different, each pipe maker is different, and you're actually supporting a person, you know, with a family or whatever their
we got some
situation may
single
be.
mothers, man,
And-
raising kids. It's
and
pretty.
And
pretty
you guys
cool.
is like wholesale selection.
It's wild.
It's
yeah.
hard to fathom.
And
Like,
yeah, we
how
gotta
much
we gotta
is
build
there.
that up too, for sure.
Even when you're looking at it, you're like, this is insane. Like how much of a selection there is to get. Like, shout out, like seriously guys, if you're ever looking for wholesale quality American made wholesale glass, I'm not even like trying to plug, I'm just talking, but I'm saying, like, for real, they've got the biggest selection to the point that I used to live in Eugene, Oregon in my younger Wookiee hippie days.
The Wooks.
And one of my buddies there, shout out Shredder.
Shredder's on the table.
Yeah, he's on the table here to where I'm like, yo, those are Shredder pipes.
That was
And
funny when you saw those. You're like, dude, Shredder?
I was like, these are happy hippies. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, Shredder's been making those forever, and the eyeballs.
Yeah,
and-
we got a good amount of glass out of Oregon.
Oh yeah, Eugene's
Which is
though.
dope.
And I didn't even realize how much of a mecca it was when I lived there.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of where it all began.
I went to the DFO one year, and that was the year that I actually met Snodgrass for the first time.
Yeah, yeah. You've out DFO'd me. I'm still yet to go.
Dude, you gotta go. It's pretty chill. It's
I hear nothing but amazing things, man.
You know, it's funny. This is before, like, you know, this was like 2010 or so. This is before like events, you know, there wasn't just big cannabis events with open consumption. Everything had to be like behind, you know, walls or you know, curtains or whatever, and that's the room that you go consume. And I wasn't, you know, look, I was just a young broke hippie, right? And so I you know, I had done dabs and such, you know, in my life, but I never stepped it up to like a degenerate flame off.
Was that out in the woods when you went?
No, this was at Cornerstone.
Oh, okay.
I don't
So
know.
they went for a long time. We're out in the woods, dude.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
blowing
Almost
glass
like
and
you're-
everything?
Yeah.
Dang.
Pretty amazing.
So the degenerate, in case you don't know, I'll catch you up real quick. The degenerate flame off is like it's a glass blowing competition. Best of the best come in and they bust out a piece. I don't know how long they're given for the to make it, but and yeah, it's a flame off. It's sick.
It's a really cool concept, and people really speak very highly of it. I've never really
sick.
heard a bad thing about it ever.
Oh, dude,
People got plenty to say.
You see so much insane stuff. Yeah, so I went back there and did a dab, right? And I guess I just hadn't eaten much that day. I don't know. I was not prepared. And this was back in the hot dab days.
Yeah, with titanium.
Oh yeah, and it was
Red hot.
This might have been quartz banger at this point, but it was still hot. And man, it put me down, where I'm crying and coughing, barely breathing. That was the first time I ever really got dabbed,
It's like sticking your head in the oven when it's on full blast and taking a deep breath, man. That shit is hot.
My homie said I was just
I had
pale.
to prepare back in the day for taking a dab, man.
Dude.
And it was crippling.
It was insane.
I didn't want to talk to people when they came in the shop and I take a dab. I had to stop eventually. I'm like, yeah, I'll dab after work, man. Like, I can't be doing that during work because I don't want to. I'm in a shell.
I think I finally got like a sip of Kool-Aid and a half
Kool-Aid saves everybody.
And I have like a little Dixie
Eventually.
cup, like the ones you brush your teeth and it was like one of those with Kool-Aid. And
it was dry.
I like half of my buddy's pizza, just like, yo, let me get like half that slice, dog. I just need to save my own life. It's all good. I'll be back in a minute. They said I was white, purple lipped,
I think everyone's got a story about going too hard.
That was it. That was it for me. I met Snodgrass, felt like, I was all self-conscious of it, like, I can't believe I finally meet Snodgrass. So Snodgrass, by the way, is literally, like we said, the OG of OGs when it comes to blowing glass. He is the one that discovered fuming, which is burning precious. Imagine this is the torch and this is the pipe. You burn precious metals here. The fumes hit the pipe and now they're stuck there. They don't wash off. And then if you layer that correctly and intricately, like on this pipe that I showed you here, like Tres O Queso, this is the evolution of Bob Snodgrass is basically what that is. We wouldn't have that without Bob Snodgrass. We wouldn't have probably a lot of the glass industry.
The movement would greatly be it wouldn't be even close to where it is today.
Seriously. Shout out Bob Snodgrass.
It'd come around, but still, it's not.
Yeah.
He's a pioneer.
No, he was.
And just one of the coolest dudes just to kick it with.
Still. Man. I mean, he's just like.
Just good vibes, laid back, happy.
Man, he gave me some wise words. I won't go into it on this episode because I'm hoping to have him on the podcast someday. Maybe when he does his drop.
Dude, he's coming up. He's going to be here for a week.
Wink, wink,
for
nudge,
a week
nudge.
He'll be here.
Hint, hint, cough, cough. Snotty. But yeah, he gave me some wise words that I actually I took to heart and actually and listened. I did what he asked. And
don't wash your hands with your sandwich.
Yes, those were the first ones.
Yeah.
Don't wash your hands with your sandwich. But yeah, love Bob Snodgrass and fam. They are like the picturesque, cool Oregon hippie family.
Yeah, epitome right there.
Yeah, they're it. But so sweet. Yeah, I'm absolutely stoked for the podcast.
Thanks for letting me sponsor too, by the way.
Oh yeah. So every Wurthy of Oz podcast is sponsored by Witch Doctor.
No. I thought I only committed to one.
Oh yeah.
That's why you bumped me from the bottom of the list to the top.
Yeah, all these.
So, well, you want to sponsor? I said, well, yeah, fuck yeah.
All these logos are going away on next episode. We're going ahead and clean that up.
Sponsor opportunities exist for the Wurthy of Oz. But remember, when you get in early on something, down the road,
it's probably best to be grandfathered in. Oh yes, we are taking
Can
sponsors.
I grandfather this rate in?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, you in. You in. Save me a spot in the new building.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure I have a couple microphone arms,
I was going to stick you in the basement, but I just learned in talking to a developer that the earth here would be so expensive to remove, consider that it's like urban dirt.
It's got to be old.
Yeah, and just where it is.
Yeah.
So the trucking and removal of that would be astronomical. So we're going from the ground
We're
up.
going up, baby.
Ground up. That's
Only
it.
up from here.
That's it.
You heard it here first. Yeah,
But that'll be amazing when we have this all broken down and built up. It's gonna be something cool. I got that inn coming for you, Mom. My mom always wanted an inn, so we're gonna have at least, goal is like 9 suites.
nice.
Yeah.
Jacuzzi suites, right?
It's gonna be Ward 64. At 64 Ward, you have the Nurse Ratchet suite, all sort. Yeah, I'll get a jacuzzi going for one. Yeah.
That's my personal request. I'm just saying that there's not enough jacuzzi suites in the world today, and I
feel like they're dirty, dude.
Do you think so?
I just feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably so.
Of
But
course.
I always take a shower after a jacuzzi though.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
the remnants of your non-showered body getting in before, and the way people clean or don't clean. Some maintenance there.
Maybe I should bring at least like sanitized wipes.
Wipe it down.
Just to just to make sure. I don't know. I'm just saying though, like, I used to live in Vegas. I love Vegas. You like Vegas?
Yeah.
I love Vegas.
Vegas is a good time.
Shout out Vegas. But having a jacuzzi room for a couple of days, you're not doing shit. You're just chilling. I might not change from my robe for a whole day. I might order room service and
you got your pipe, you got your robe.
I got my iPad next to the jacuzzi. I'll watch, like, the wife and I watched Speed. We watched Speed one time out of the jacuzzi. I'll never forget it.
Sandra Bullock and Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
totally. When's the last time you watched Speed?
That's a good movie.
Next to the bathtub, just chilling. It was a huge bathtub. It was like, so Bally's in Vegas. That's a good cheap jacuzzi room. You can get one for like $100 at the time. I don't know. It's been a few years, but probably around $120. And this jacuzzi is as big as this.
You might be doing podcasts on the Bally's jacuzzi.
Hey, I ain't scared. I wanted a platter of corn dog nuggets and all of the Chick-fil-A sauces. That was a goal at that time. I was like, if I could just be in the jacuzzi, hey, I've evolved. All right. I didn't even have a child.
No
then,
one's
all right?
judging you. That's great.
Okay, good. I'm just making.
We should do that one day.
But every man's got to have goals. And again, you aim high and miss, you're all right. Aim low, you might hit it.
I miss my, I fall short of goals like literally all the time, but they're lofty.
That's
and
a good thing.
Sometimes you hit them. They're almost like unattainable, but I go hard every time trying to hit it.
One of my favorite Gary V quotes, to bring him up again, is because he wants to buy the Jets. That's always been a goal since he was a kid. But he always says, he goes, I don't know if I'll ever actually buy them though, because once I buy them, I can't want to buy the Jets anymore.
Right.
He's like, I want to kind of forever want to buy the Jets.
Right.
And
he'll probably do it one day.
Right. When he knows, it's like, but I don't know, man. I resonate a lot with Gary V. Shout out Gary V. I resonate a lot with him because I am definitely that way. I wake up every day like growling, ready to hustle and just get something done, accomplished.
Yeah, Gary V's the man, dude.
He's insane.
It up nonstop.
With the
That's
garage,
that Engelman level.
The garage sale arbitrage, like that. My boy Dave, he always says, he's like, look at all of y'all, it's arbitrage every time because he loves Gary V. He watches it a lot. He does that too. He'll go around garage sales and
rummage sales.
Dude, he loves that shit. He makes money on eBay. I guess my homie does. I'm sure Gary V does as well. I'm just saying, But anyways, there's plenty more episodes to come, and
hopefully I'll be back one day.
Oh, absolutely. Soon enough, you're gonna be in the same building to where I'll just be
back.
outside your window.
Come on with a new story.
Derek's gonna have an office window. I'm just gonna be outside.
When I do something cool and have a good story to tell, then you can have me back on.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
This man's always got a new story to tell.
I do live for the stories.
We won't dive into the last one.
If my mom's watching this, I gotta really tone it.
Yeah, we all.
But thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah,
and
of
I'm proud
course.
of you, dude, for all the
Hey.
hard work you do, your vision, and then constantly chasing those goals.
Hey,
And here
thank
you are, your very first podcast. It's a big moment for this man. He's been I've heard podcasts out of this dude's mouth more than I've heard on commercials or anything.
It's
truly,
been 5
so.
years coming. I was gonna do it in my garage. I actually had it almost all set up. I just didn't have the equipment just yet. But right after that, when I was just about to do it, is when I decided to move here, and so it's yeah, I'm so stoked. This is gonna be huge, especially for the glass industry, and just being able to put clothing out and other people's art as well, jewelry.
Dope.
I'm so stoked. So stoked. But yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Take one.